name is Darlene Davies. I am an author. Can actually say that because Cathy encouraged me to do that. I met Cathy, don't think Cathy remembers, but I met her in Calgary one time. And she came briefly there, but I didn't really in touch with her until we got into pages. But I wanted to show you I had history, Cathy. There's two books that I have
Oh,
stories in. But that, if you can see the date, this is
oh.
1976. And so I beat you, Mark, because since 1976, I kept saying I should do some more writing. And I got busy because I went to college to learn how to do my taxes for writing and ended up as a chartered accountant. I'm sorry, it happens. But when I met Cathy a few years ago, I didn't think that my stories mattered. I am a Toastmaster. I tell stories and people like them, but I didn't think they really mattered until she convinced me and Allie that it did. So this is my book, and it's called Laughter Makes You Stronger, Heartfelt Stories About Family and Life. And it's a bunch of stories that I've done in Toastmasters, but then I had to rewrite them for readers. And I added a few other stories as well. It takes me from 1942 to the present day in a few stories. And I didn't think when I wrote it, I thought, oh, my family will buy it, right? I didn't think really anyone would buy it. But I'm up to 200 copies now in a year. And in Canada, that's amazing. And I've been on the bestseller list for the whole time. So sometimes number one, sometimes number 60, but never mind, I'm still there. So what has it meant to me? Well, the other day I was at a Toastmasters meeting and a new Toastmaster came in and she said, I heard you were a writer and I borrowed your book from the library. No, wait a minute. You borrowed it from the library? The library has it? I didn't even know. Okay, that's wonderful. She says, but when I read the book, I laughed and I cried and I laughed again. And finally I said, this book, I need to have it. And she bought it and she brought it in for me to sign. I think that is something that I never expected to happen, that people would be so touched by the stories that they would want to hang on to those stories and remind themselves that they're not alone, that when we go through trials and tribulations in family and life, we are not alone. And there's a way for us to get over that and find the laughter that's inside us. Cathy had said I should bring a testimonial. I wanted to share this one because it was unexpected. I expected people to laugh. I expected people to maybe be touched. But this person said he was an executive and he got touched by a neurological disease and he wasn't able to walk for a while. And he says, your stories reminded me that you can truly live a complete, whole, and abundant life if you are open to love, gratitude, and laughter. Your book is a gift, and it makes us all realize that we're on the same journey. The events of our life may differ, but are insignificant relative to the meaning that we give them. That to me was the moment when I realized my book changes lives. It doesn't just make people laugh. It makes people think. It makes people realize they're not alone in this world. And it makes people realize that if you're younger, you have hope that you can get over this and then you can move on into a better life. And because of that, I feel now that it's okay for me to say I'm an author because I'm sharing stories that matter to people in different ways. And thank you, Cathy and Allie.
Oh, thank you, Darlene. You can tell she's a Toastmaster, and I should say an award-winning Toastmaster. She continues to win all kinds of competitions and such. So great to have you here, Darlene.
Oh, and one other thing I wanted to say to those of you who are younger than I am, I wrote my first book at the age of 82. There's still time.